what do I know? What I know is that Canon announced two great cameras, the R6 and the R5. It's been a while Canon been putting cameras out that people just look at them on the, give them a sideways, don't even thinking about, getting their cameras. The last good one they released was the R. But really there were no specs that get people to be, okay, this camera, I need that one. Finally, Canon released the R6 and the R5, and they are making a lot of noise because these two cameras come full with spec. My name is Louis Shell. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed yet to my channel, please consider doing so, because on this channel we review cameras, microphone, electronic of all sorts. Please, if you haven't, subscribe. We were talking about the R5 and the R6. They are two great cameras. When you think about it, two cameras that mirrorless, they don't have any mirror on them, they're not DSLR, small factor, full of spec. And I'm talking about, for the R5 itself, 8K at 30 frames per second, 4K at 120 frames per second. The camera can also shoot RAW, and the in-body image stabilization inside this body can go up to 7 to 8 stops. Personally, I don't know how they count stop in in-body image stabilization, but the camera itself can stabilize the footage up to 5 stops. The camera itself can stabilize the image up to 5 stops, and 7 to 8 stops if you are using a lens that have in-body image stabilization. The camera can shoot RAW, 40 megapixel CMOS sensor with IBIS on it. There is no way you're not gonna give Canon a look by putting the spec out. For the R6 itself, they put 20 megapixel. And one thing I was looking when they were releasing, doing the release date, and they were putting the 20 megapixel camera on the hands of the photographers and the 45 megapixel on the head of the videographers. And automatically, we all know when any of these companies, I'm talking about Canon, I'm talking about Sony, Panasonic, when they release two different cameras, the one with the lower megapixel, usually the one that people that are more on the video-centric side gonna be using, and the more resolution, like on the R5 and the R6, the R5 has 45 megapixel. You would think this camera would goes on the hand of the people that shoot pictures, but no. Peter McKinnon was the one with that camera to show what that camera can do. And also somebody else that I really don't know who he is, was showing the print that he does with the 20 megapixel R6. So right there and then you can see there's a confusion, because both cameras become good at anything. Basically, that's what they showcasing, that even if you buy the 45 megapixel one, you do video, you'll be good. And we also can agree on that. The fact that the camera with 45 megapixel can shoot RAW, can shoot 4K at 120 frames per second. Of course, this is the camera. If you shoot video, you're gonna go toward. But however, for most people, I don't think we need 8K right now. 8K is great. I'm not downplaying what they're putting out, because no one does it before. 8K, RAW, 4K at 120 frames per second, but it comes with a cost. This is why personally myself, I'm not running after neither. I'm not running either after the R5 or the R6, because I'm waiting for the real world review of these cameras. Because we all know by this time, both cameras overheat. They're overheating, and they're overheating real bad. At a certain point, these cameras, even if you have them on, not recording, if you use them before, you need to turn them off. Even if you have them on, they're still gonna overheat. So therefore, if you shoot 20 minutes, 4K, 120 frames per second, or you shoot RAW, So you're gonna need at a certain point to turn that camera off after 20 minutes when it's overheat for you to have another 3 minutes of shooting videos. I'm not suspecting anybody gonna use the a 4K 120 or the wall to shoot long anyway. But however, if you buy a tools is to put to use. If I buy a tool that I cannot put it to use, I don't have a need for it. So I'm waiting to see how Canon gonna deal with this dilemma of overheating on these R6 and R5. This is exactly why I never try to buy any Sony cameras, mirrorless camera from Sony, because when I put my camera on and I push recording, I shouldn't be worrying about overheating. I should be only worrying about, my composition, my placement and my composition. Those are the things that I should be worried about, not, this camera gonna overheat. But however, we have to applaud for Canon for pushing hard on those other company, because as we can see, Sony was supposed to announce his A7S III, but they have to put a hold on it because Canon show up with these bad boys, WAV video, 8K 30 frames per second, 4K 120 frames per second, and also 4K at 60p for the R6. So, and the price is pretty reliable. When you think about it, for the R6, 2,500, and for the body only. And also for the R5, you're gonna pay $3,899. Very reasonable for both of them. But however, if you want that do not have any lens for Canon, you're gonna spend a good penny, because those lenses are not cheap. And to me, personally, I'd like to have at least 3 lenses for each camera that I have, that I know with these 3 lenses, 25 millimeter, a 30 millimeter, a long range, maybe from 18 to 55, a very good lens that is pretty fast, and also a 45 millimeter would do you good. At least you should have 3 of these lenses between this range for you to know you can shoot anywhere at any time. So I would like to know your thought. What do you think about the announcement of the R6 and the R5? Do you think it is a camera that is for you, or are you one that is just like me that's going to wait? I would love to know your thought. Please go ahead, put your thought down. Let me know. Are you interested? Are you buying? Are you going to keep your cameras? Because personally, the camera that I shoot with right now, I don't need no need to upgrade at this time. It can fulfill my needs. Anything that I need to shoot with that camera is okay for me. When I came to the point that this camera is not enough for me, I would go ahead and say, find me another camera and upgrade to that camera. The R6 and R5 are great, but however, with overheating problem at this time, I'm not going to be running and trying to pre-order right now. And we all know that the best way to buy your camera is to rent them first, use them, see what they can do. And from there, okay, this camera, is it for you or not? I would like to thank you for watching. Remember to put your thought down. I would like to know, are you interested in getting the R6 or the R5? They are great cameras that has a lot of features on them. Of course, they have their own problem of overheating. According to Canon itself, it's put it on the booklets. So please go ahead, put your thought down. Let me know if you're interested in buying either the R6 or the R5. We'd like to thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe, hit the bell so Google could notify you when we upload new video. Thank you for watching. I will catch you on the next video.